Hi friends, and welcome to Wives vs. World, where we have fun talking about queer stuff and life as a trans, cis, lesbian couple. I'm Jackie.
I'm Anya.
And today we want to talk a bit about some abstract concepts. Cat, not that one. We want to talk a bit about happiness. I know for myself, I had to make a decision earlier in my life about something that would make me happy, and I transitioned. And now we're at a crossroads once more.
I also want to preface this discussion a little bit by saying that this, of course, also is a lot about money. It's always about money, isn't it? And because of that, it's a difficult discussion to have because, like, to a lot of you out there, we will seem poor, and to a lot of you out there, we will seem rich. So it's not really about the amount of money, but it's more about the concept. Do you choose what pay the bills, or do you choose something that actually brings you some kind of joy in your life?
I recently lost my job in tech, and it kind of prompted me to think, what is it that I actually want to do with my life? I realized I've basically been functioning on autopilot for like a couple of years, being proud of what I did, but maybe not taking a lot of enjoyment or pride in my work. And so my lovely wife sat me down and said, hey, what do you want to do?
I've always been a much of a dreamer. And I haven't been able to suppress that part of myself. Oh, I did, and it turned out badly.
Yeah, how's that depression going?
Yeah, great. I wanted to do something big, something different, something interesting. And I've talked about that a lot for a lot of years by now. But I felt like you always did what you were supposed to.
I think what's really interesting is that I've always told myself that I can work with basically anything as long as I like what I am working with. I just, like in the last job I had, I would come home at late o'clock and I would just be so run down that I could basically only watch YouTube videos and then go to sleep, wake up, do it again.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't really have a conversation. You couldn't really think about anything. You couldn't really plan anything. And I've had this experience as well. I'm doing the things I need to do in my life, but I'm just here. I don't have a single independent thought in my head.
Like, I really agree with you on the point about not really being here. And I think, like, going through stress and burnout, it's 3-4 months later now, and I'm only just, I think, resurfacing. Sometimes I still, like, things are kind of foggy in a way, and I still sometimes really feel kind of a disconnect. Also, sometimes, wake up drenched in sweat, be like, oh no, the Excel sheets.
You worked a lot of these kinds of jobs because they paid really well for a really long time. And I've been considering a lot if I should get a real job as well lately. But I have so much resistance because when you've experienced that feeling of not even wanting to be here, I think that no amount of money can make up for that. It doesn't matter if you're able to pay the bills if you don't want to be here. I can't choose that way anymore. I can't choose something that will make me feel that awful again. Never ever. And I don't want that for you either. This is just, of course, it's just work, and not a lot of people have the ability to decide what they actually want to do. I think still a lot of you can relate to being forced to live a kind of life that you don't want to live, right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe viewers, especially of this channel, will know that feeling. I think our Prime Minister said it was, I'm paraphrasing here, but like kind of selfish to ask of a workplace that you actually enjoy working.
Yeah.
And while that is rich, at the same time, it's also like there is a grain of truth in that I think as a minimum, you should be neutral about what you're doing. Like, if it's just a job to you and it's fine and it's not causing you more pain than good things, maybe that's all we can really ask for. But I think at the same time, if you're put in a position or put yourself in a position where you end up being diminished as a person, you end up hating what you're doing and what you are and become, maybe that's not healthy either, and maybe we can ask for more than that.
Like, it's fair, your job doesn't have to fulfill you in every way, emotionally or anything, but I do think that we can request that we don't come home every day and cry and hate our lives because of our job.
Here.
That's just it. That's kind of where we are right now, that we've both been in this situation where we could not handle what we did. So, again, I write books right now. I don't make anything except for the odd button job that I do, which isn't a lot. and you're out of a job.
I'm out of commission right now. I'm giving it one more shot. I'm just going to do my job. I'm going to do my job well, but I'm just going to do my job. I'm not going to do anyone else's job. And then I want to do art. And I want to do commissions. So if any of you want some art, you let me know. But I really want to transition into... I really want to do more art. And I want to make that a part of my life. Because I think that will make me happy, if nothing else.
The way that I've experienced you talking about your art and the way it makes you so happy doing art, it's such a joy for me to see. And it's such a contrast to how you've ever felt about any of the jobs you've done. And this also goes into the next part of this subject I want to talk about, that what does happiness mean for you?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. Happiness for me is doing something that I can take pride in and ownership of. Getting to apply myself and apply my skills. And I know right now I'm talking a lot about finding happiness in doing stuff. But I think maybe that's because that's what I've been lacking. I haven't really... God damn it. Because maybe I just haven't really been able to do something before that really made me happy. Like, I've been ambivalent most of the time, but like recently I've just been really loathing what I've been doing for a living. So I think happiness would be achievable for me if I'm able to use my skills, if I'm able to do something that makes a difference for someone. One thing that I'm really happy about is this channel, because it seems from what you guys tell me that we are making a difference and that we are providing you something that you haven't had before, that you've needed, some kind of free space, some kind of stories. And I really think that makes me happy. And I want to do that through as many aspects of my life as I can. I want to do it through YouTube. I want to do it through art. What's happiness to you? What's it to you?
I think that this summer has really made it clear to me what I experience as happiness, because it's no secret that I've had a really long period of depression for the last decade or something. But getting out of school and then actually getting the freedom to do exactly.
Here we are again.
This summer I've experienced how much happiness I get out of having the freedom to write my books, relax sometimes. I've actually found this is really, really brings me a lot of joy.
To relax?
Yeah.
Damn!
And actually having the time to go for a walk and have time in the morning to do yoga. Doing things sometimes that are just for me. So I think like what's important for me is to be able to pursue my writing. And it is to spend time with you and the people that I like. That's just the only things that are important to me. You know, of course I have to pay my rent. I get that. I understand I have to do what society wants me to. But that is what's important. When I'm old, I won't think, I wish I would have worked some more. I will always think, I wish I had more time with you. That's the main thing.
I had I'm over 30. I'm 31. So I had I'm 31. I had a health scare during the summer. I had a migraine that was so bad. The symptoms, the auras, what I got was pretty much like a stroke in the brain. So I went to the hospital and I thought, this is it. This is game over. Luckily, it was just a migraine. But still, it made me think, oh dang, I've been spending so much time trying to be a responsible adult, working a lot. I've been applying myself and I've been what you would say was maybe a responsible partner, successful, yeah. And like that health scare really made me think, I'm wasting my time. So it made me think we've been able to get by without worrying, and that's been the most important thing. But now I think maybe above all else, it's important that if I ever am in a situation again where, oh no, is this a stroke? It's so cliche, but you reach a certain age and you think, well, maybe we only have the time that is given to us and I don't know if I'll be hit by a bus tomorrow or if I'll actually have a stroke. Like, so maybe it's important not to live too much in the future and not to go, well, I just need to do this. If I do this, I'll be happy. If I do one more thing, if I just, one more report, one more, whatever. Like maybe it's important to actually enjoy the time that you have, and maybe you'll have less money, maybe it'll be a lot of beans, a lot of rice.
We've had to have this conversation a lot to like adjust our expectations of what's going to happen going forward and figure out, okay, we can pursue something that will make us happy, but that will mean that we're going to struggle financially. Are we okay with that? To have that choice at all is a luxury, of course. Because you've been like, I never want to struggle financially, and which is also fair, which is why you've had the jobs you've had. Yeah, we're taking a risk this time, and we'll see where it takes us. That's kind of the point. We're trying to pursue happiness. Have you thought about what makes you happy?
Yeah.
Have you actually like considered? Are you just here? Or do you feel like you're living at least, right? Exactly, and that's also why I think that this conversation is especially interesting to have with trans people, because I think a lot of trans people have like stared into that abyss of, but I'm not happy like this.
Yeah.
Like what is happiness? What does happiness mean, and how do you attain it?
Yeah. What's happiness to you? Like, let us know.
Okay.
What's this? Coffee!
We want to try out something new because a lot of you have been really kind to support us on Ko-fi. If you support us on Ko-fi, you can request to get us to do a personalized greeting here at the end of a video. If you want us to say something to you, you can write what name you want us to say, and then if you have a specific message that you want us to say, you can include that. And obviously you can also give us support on Ko-fi without us putting you on blast, but we thought this would be kind of cute that we could get to like give something back like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the video.
We hope you had fun! And if you did, you can subscribe for more.
It's true.
We try to upload every Sunday. Sometimes life just gets in the way. If that happens, if we're not able to upload on time, you can always find us on TikTok, on Instagram, and as you heard, you know, Ko-fi if you have the means. It's appreciated all the same. Hit the bell icon if you want to be sure to get updates. Sometimes people don't get notified when like we have new videos and stuff like that. So if you want to be sure, hit that bell icon. I'm sorry you have to, guys. It's just the way YouTube is now. That's it.
We hope to see you next time.
Bye.